Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm starting on a project for a friend of mine that I met on TikTok. His name is Duncan. He has a YouTube channel, Instagram, different social medias. He is an absolutely amazing woodworker. He uses traditional hand tools, old planes, spoke shaves, everything that he's restored, and he makes some fantastic woodworking projects. I'll tag him at the end of the video because if I would do so now, y'all go watch his stuff. I want you to do that, but you got to stick around and watch what I'm going to do for him today. He reached out to me. He said, man, I want to go more in depth to older techniques. And he asked if I had a hewing hatchet. So today, that's what I'm going to work on. I'm going to restore this hewing hatchet for him. So the hewing hatchet that I have that I'm going to restore for Duncan, it's been placed on a newer handle. It is still a vintage handle. It says Scout Axe on it. And I would like to save this handle for another project, but it's not nice enough to send to Duncan. The hewing hatchet head has seen some better days, but he wants me to leave that character on it. Overall, I think it's a very good candidate. Somebody has beveled the back side, so I'm going to have to address that. But as far as hewing hatchets go, this is a very good candidate to restore and to replace the handle on. There is a metal step wedge inside this, and there is still, it looks like maybe a little bit of a wooden wedge. The first thing I'm going to do is try to remove this metal step wedge. Pesky little step wedge. As y'all can tell, it looks like there's still some wooden wedge in here. So I'm going to need to remove that. Normally on a larger axe, I would just take a drill and a drill bit and drill down into it. But because I'm trying to save this, and there's not a whole lot of room, it looks like they put a really, really thin wedge in here. I'm going to grab a Dremel with a bit on it and just try to hollow that out. So I'm not completely sure if I've removed enough of the wedge to get that out of there, but we're going to find out. I'm going to try to be careful not to damage this handle because I said I would like to try to reuse this handle. Oh yeah, it's moving. Yeah, I think we got it. Tighten that vise down. There it is. Yeah, I think that handle could be saved and used later. So Duncan and I discussed, I originally wanted to put this on a 19-inch handle because I thought maybe it would give him the added oomph to cut through stuff and he could also choke up on it. But he said that he was wanting anywhere from 12 to 14-inch handle. The handle that came off of it is 16 inches. This is a 14-inch handle. But I just don't think this is the style that they would have had back in the day. I don't think this was the style that they would have had back in the day. So I have a really nice piece of Paduke that I'm going to make a custom handle for him. just swept up after sawing that wood because I've got a dog that lives in the shop with me. And Remy, come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Good boy. You gotta say hi to your fans, buddy. Hey, you gotta say hi to your fans. They only watch because of you. I was told earlier this week, more Remy, he's the star of the show. Isn't that right, buddy? Oh, look at you. You're so cute. I understand why everybody loves you. That's right. What are you doing? Hey, you gonna help me with this project? Huh? Good boy. Yes, you are. Where you going? Huh? Where you going? Where you going, buddy? Hey, what are you doing? Remy. What? Hey. Okay, I'll let you down. Well, I've got the palm swells glued up on the handle that I'm going to be doing. While that dries, go ahead and take this out. There's a lot of material that I need to remove. Somebody put a secondary bevel on here, a very small secondary bevel. And honestly, I've done some research and there are some carpenter's axes. I'll try to put a picture of them up that do have a secondary bevel. But you can tell it looks like, try to get the lighting correct, that somebody added their own secondary bevel to this. It's not extreme. I think I can fix it, but it's going to take a lot of material removal. So I'm going to head outside to the belt grinder and start working on that. So I'm coming over to the belt grinder specifically because I've got a lot of material that I'm going to have to remove. Could do it with a file, but time, you know, I work all the time, so I don't have a lot of time. And I'm not worried about overheating this and ruining the temper. I've got water over here. Manufacturers forever have been using grinders to sharpen their axes before they leave the factory. So there's no argument there that belt grinders are safe. You just have to know what you're doing. And I don't wear gloves when I'm doing this so that I can feel whether or not the blade is getting too hot. With the coarser grits, you can make more passes because it's not as much contact. The finer grits, you make fewer passes because it will heat up quicker. So I have gone through 12 different belt progressions to get here. All I have left is the final is 1200 grit and then a couple of stropping belts. And this thing is getting razor sharp. I don't normally sharpen the bit until I'm just about ready to hang. But since everything's gluing up right now, let's see, look at that, pretty close to a mirror finish. And I'm sure it's probably razor sharp. Yeah, nice and sharp. I gotta stop doing that. I'm gonna have no hair on my arms after a while. So I'm just getting the head fitted before I shape the handle, because if I mess up on this hang, I don't want to spend all the time working on this handle. And it looks to me like the bit is canted to about 1 o'clock. So I need to bring it back over. So I'm going to remove material from the opposite sides that I want to bring it over to. Make some marks on the front and the back. Remove material from those areas so it rotates back over this way. And this is, I normally don't sharpen the bit before I hang it. And this is why, because I don't want to cut myself or drop the bit and damage it. But I was waiting on the glue up, so I thought, yeah, go ahead. So my marks, I'm gonna have to make some new blocks. Those are starting to crack. I'm gonna remove more material from the sides that are marked to hopefully bring it back in line. And I'll do the same thing on this back side where it's marked. And then we'll fit it again and see where we're at. It's starting to come back around. Probably have to remove just a little bit more. And this eye is shaped really funny. Yeah, I'm gonna have to remove some more, I think. This Paduke is really, really soft, so I don't have to bang on it hard for it to sink down and make some marks. Yeah, I still need to bring it over. So I'm getting extremely close to getting this head fit. This Paduke, I've mentioned it before, it's really soft. It's actually nice to work with. I don't have to do, I have to put a lot of pressure on it. I've actually switched to the finest file that I have to do some fine work on it to sneak up on this final fit. Talked with some handle makers that have used Paduke, so I'm not worried about using this on a hatchet. And some of the guys that I know have actually gone all the way up to 28-inch handles using Paduke. So this should be good to go. Get this final fitment done, and then I can start shaping the handle. All right. I think I'm just there on the fitment. This handle is going to need a lot of thinning out. Well, I need to drop it in the back a little bit because it's closed. I need to open it up a little bit. And the way I do that is remove some more material off the back. Now, if y'all can see or not, the bit is angled forward. So that means it's closed, and I need to bring it up, open it up, so that this bit is flush. I need to take material off the back here. Hey, buddy. What are you doing? What are you doing? You want to go outside? Come here. Come here. You got Paduke dust all over you. Yeah, you got Paduke dust all over you. Don't eat it, okay? What am I working on? Huh? What are we working on? What is that? What is it? Hmm? You go outside? You go outside? What is it? Okay, let's go. All right, buddy, I'm coming. So I've got just a rough shape going already. Duncan and I have discussed what we want to do with this, or what he would like, and he wants me to try an octagon handle. So I'm going to come midway, make a reference. It's not quite mid. And all right, from here, I'm just going to start shaping. So I'm just going for a rough shape right now. Because this is such a short handle and it's hard to work on it with the width of my jaws, I mean, I can't really get to all of it. So I'm gonna give this a try. Got it chucked up in here. I can get to the entire thing now. Hopefully this will go a little better. I can actually see what I'm doing a little bit better. I can work on the entire length of it. They make sawhorse vices, and that would be ideal for this, but I think this is going to work out pretty good. I can actually get to all of it. I like this, because this area here was chucked up in the vise both directions because the palm swell. I really couldn't get to it, and I can tell that it's got a hump in it. I can see it and feel it. So now that it's chucked up like this, I can get to it and work on it. Just got to adapt and overcome. Oh, that's going to be nice. That's going to be nice. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with the palm swell. Still don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's a process. Looking at it in the light, feeling it. I can tell where it's not even, and I need to come back and hit it. You can feel it with the rasp. There it goes. Knock that down. It's all even now. Take a little bit and look at it. This is only the second handle I've ever done, so taking my time, going nice and slow, because I want it to be right. I honestly don't know if that is necessary, but because I've never worked with Padauk before, I don't want to take any chances, so I'm taking precautions. When I do a cross wedge, I always drill a hole to help keep the grain or the handle from splitting. But like I said, I've never worked with Padauk before, so just taking precautions and drilling a hole, hopefully keep it from splitting at all. Here it is. I think this thing turned out absolutely beautiful. The Padauk and curly maple, just think it's turned out absolutely beautiful. There is one thing that I'm not quite happy with is when I was sanding, the Padauk left red dust in the more coarse, porous fibers of the curly maple, and it stained it. I worked on it for hours. I tried mineral spirits, rubbing alcohol, sanding, burnishing with steel wool. I tried erasers. I tried all kinds of things. Doing some research, I found that there is a product that you can use in between sandings, but you have to apply it every time, and it helps eliminate that problem. But I don't know. It's a learning process. But I think it looks all right. There's one other thing that I tried to do that is only cosmetic that I'm not happy with. And my maker's mark, the N in lion head bounced on me and double stamped. And I could file that down and take it out and hide it, but I think I'm going to leave it. It's part of my maker's journey, and it, lets somebody know, hey, that's handmade. That somebody made that. I think it's actually kind of cool. I appreciate y'all checking out the video. Next week, I'll be making a leather mask for this. This video is going to be way too long to incorporate that in this video, so stay tuned. There's going to be a leather mask coming up, and then I'll get this shipped off to Duncan. Y'all go check his YouTube channel out. Phenomenal woodworker. Y'all will not be disappointed. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Until next time, get out there, save something from being forgotten, and live a big life. What are you doing? You all played out, tuckered out. Hmm? What are you doing? I, oh, yeah, that's great. You know you're on camera, right? I can't take you anywhere.